What's going on, y'all? It's Greg James with Behind the Scriptures. Yeah, I'm chilling. I got my do rag on, and I'm chilling today. Right? I got something I want to talk about. I want you to watch this real fast.
During the 118th Congress, oversight Republicans disbanded one of the most important subcommittees in Congress, the Subcommittee on Civil Rights and Civil Liberties. And now, in the 119th Congress, the chairman and House Republicans have decided to prioritize the demands of the real president, Elon Musk, and his billionaire friends over the needs of the American people. Now, we are about to approach the birthday of Martin Luther King. It's actually tomorrow. And on January 20th will be the inauguration of Donald Trump, but it will also be the observation of MLK Day. And the fact that we have decided that in this country we are not going to honor civil rights should be something that we all take issue with. Considering the fact, for some that don't know what civil rights are about, because some people only believe that it deals with black folk, let me explain. Civil and political rights are a class of rights that protect individuals' freedom from the infringement by governments, social organizations, and private individuals. They ensure one's entitlement to participate in the civil and political life of society and the state. Defined another way, the right to be free from discrimination, the freedom to worship as we choose, the right to vote for our elected representatives, the protections of due process, the right to privacy. If any of that sounds familiar, it is because these are rights that are born out of our Constitution, something that we all supposedly have sworn an oath to, and we swear to not only, we don't just swear to it, we are supposed to protect those rights. Interestingly enough, we just had the funeral of one of our beloved presidents. And I caught a flight to Austin on the day of the funeral. And I had the honor of sitting next to someone who was a little familiar with the White House. That person was Lucy Baines Johnson. And when I tell you that she is a wealth of information, I really mean that. And when we had an opportunity to talk about what she experienced as her father was president during a time in which, honestly, our country was on fire, and I would argue that, unfortunately, our country is on fire right now. When I first ran for office, I ran for the State House and said that we were in the midst of a modern-day civil rights movement, and I have not been convinced otherwise just yet. But this is the daughter of the president that signed the Civil Rights Act of 1964. She was also there when he signed the Voting Rights Act of 1965. And to be perfectly honest, without that voting rights, I don't believe that I actually would have a seat in Congress. And so I do believe in preserving the fact that everyone should be entitled to real and true representation, because I do have a Section 2 seat as our Voting Rights Act has been decimated. But one of the stories that she told me was that her father asked her about coming over to the Congress for the signing of the bill as it relates to the Voting Rights Act. Now, for her, it was a bit inconvenient as an 18-year-old to have to leave the White House and go over to Congress. And she asked her father, why should we go over to the Congress, Daddy, to sign this particular bill? And she said, we need to go over to the Congress because we need to pay due respect to those members of Congress that knew that voting for this bill meant that they would not be returning to Congress, but they had the courage to do what was right for this country and make sure that everyone's voices were going to be heard. The one thing that we could do, the very small thing that we could do, is have a little bit of courage and decide that we are going to reinstitute this particular subcommittee, because unfortunately, I don't see the type of courage that the people that served back in the 60s had coming out of some of our colleagues. And so I'm asking you to do the courageous thing today and just institute a subcommittee that would make sure that we are looking out for those protections of everyone in this country, to make sure that we have real freedom, something that we all supposedly espouse to believe in. And with that, I will yield.
Mr. Chairman.
Gentlelady's time's expired. Any member seek recognition?
Yes.
Mr. Higgins? Oh, Ms. Mace was first. I'm sorry. Ms. Mace.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Again, I don't know what's going on today. I find it extremely rich and offensive. So we're talking about civil rights. I'm the former ranking member on the Civil Rights Subcommittee, something I believe in civil rights and civil liberties of all Americans. And we were talking about infringement of individual people. Also, quote, the right to privacy of individuals. Coming from a party that can't define what a woman is and won't give women the right to privacy. You all want men with penises, chicks with dicks, in the bathroom with us. You want women to be forced to undress in front of men in the locker room and in dressing rooms. And it's so hypocritical for you to sit here and say and be, screaming from the rooftops about the right to privacy and civil rights when you don't respect women. And you don't respect women who've been raped, women who are victims of sexual abuse. And you want me, a victim of rape, a survivor of rape, to go into a locker room and be forced to undress in front of a man? You have to be effing kidding me. So I don't want to hear about you talk about rights, individual rights, civil rights, because you can't find the courage from the 60s to fight for women all around America, fight for women like me, every single woman. And as a rape survivor, I shouldn't have to explain to you why women have rights and why women, when we're in the bathroom, when we're in the locker room, when we're in a dressing room, why I don't feel safe when there is a man nearby. And the fact that we're going here and we're going to say all these things is the ripeness of hypocrisy on the Hill. People need to tell the truth. And if we're going to talk about the rights of individuals, we have to talk about it. Everybody has rights, including women. And at some point, men are infringing on the rights of women. We just had it today. We just had a vote about protecting women and girls in sports. And I believe it wasn't one. It was two people from the Democrat Party who voted to protect women's rights in sports today. Two. So this is, Mr. Chairman, this is a deeply offensive conversation to me today. We want to talk about real freedom. Women have freedom in this country. Women have the freedom to go to a private women's only space and not see a man in it. Women have the right to change and not be feared that somebody with their sexual perversion, someone who's confused about their gender, we have the right to feel safe in these spaces. We have the right to know that we're not going to have trans people filming us in the bathroom. How many of these trannies are taking selfies? These men are taking selfies in women's spaces, in the bathroom. It's gross. It's disgusting. So if we're going to talk about civil rights, let's talk about the rights of women in this country and how you are stripping them away every single day. And you're doing it in your legislation. You're doing it in your messaging. You're doing it on X. You're making women feel unsafe in this country. And you're making the opportunity for women and girls to be raped, to be sexually abused in this country even greater than they've ever been. So don't come over here with your attitude and talk to me about rights when you're trying to take my rights as a woman, a rape survivor, away. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.
Now, Jasmine Crockett, everybody praises her for being vocal and stuff like that, and she's a black politician and blah, 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 blah. This is what's wrong with the world. Because Nancy Mace made 1,000,000% sense. And I've been saying this forever. What is wrong with y'all? What is wrong with y'all? You talking about we need to have more courage like the 60s, but you want transgender men to go in women's bathrooms and vice versa with other people's daughters? Like, literally. Come on. This is what I'll be saying. Okay. This how I'm going to jail. Go ahead, think you're gonna send a man that think he's gonna be a woman into a woman's bathroom while my daughter in there. And I'm telling you, I'm going to jail and I'm happy. I'm straight. Ain't happening. So you care about them so much that you don't care. The most vulnerable. What? This channel don't even get that. I'm the one that get hate speech just for giving people scriptures about the homosexuality when somebody tell me that there's nowhere in the Bible that speaks against homosexuality. Then they come on my channel and say, hey, you can't say that, hate speech, blah, blah. Who's the most vulnerable? Who's being picked on? I think the real women, not CIS women or CIS gender men. What are you talking about? What ain't that reverse bullying? To change our gender to CIS? What are you talking about? If you were born and you was held up and they saw a penis, that's CIS. You don't know who you are until you know who you are. Man, no. You're not leaving. You're not coming in this world, Monica, and coming back to God as Michael. It's going to turn into the movie Life when he said drop him, right? Because I don't even know who you are. I didn't make you. But this world's so stupid, it become dumb. Now y'all playing with all of the testosterone and all of that stuff, just like Alan Turing, the creator of Apple, not Steve Jobs, right? You want to play with yourself and tear stuff off and add to it, and all y'all do that, do that. But I ain't passing the law. And I'm not passing the law for you. So what she said was right. You know what I'm saying? And I agree with her 100%. Jasmine Crockett is straight out of line, out of place. And I don't care about what you got going on. And this ain't no color thing, because like I said, I'm not a racist. So I don't base things off if you black, you white, you Mexican. I base it off truth and lie, right and wrong. What Jasmine Crockett is on is 1,000,000% wrong. What Nancy Mace is on is 1,000,000% right in this conversation. And I think that it's disrespectful to women, like she said, to have to be in the bathroom or be in the gym. Like look what y'all doing. Transgenders is in women's sports and winning, and y'all are giving them championships over real women. How is this correct? So, I'm gonna say this again. So transgender men, not transgender men, men in jail, who just in jail, who want to be a transgender. According to Kamala Harris, if she had won, she didn't win. And like I said, I don't vote. The Most High is my president, but I will say that that is the one thing that I love the most that Donald Trump just did. Is it's only two genders, man and woman. That's it. Everybody that's in the middle of transgender and whatever you're doing, you should have stopped then, because now it's a wrap. We ain't doing that no more. And that's just right. That's just right. Because we talk about mental health, like, I mean, why? Why are we talking about mental health and you don't see this as mental health? The same way you want transgender men to go in the bathroom is going to be the same way that you're going to find, well, I ain't going to say you're going to find, it's happened multiple times, that these men are going to use that and say, because I identify as a woman, so I'm going to a woman's bathroom, and then I rape the woman. So you're putting a woman in harm's way. You're putting a child in harm's way. Like I said, I don't mean to sound rude, but I'm going to be rude. I will blow your brains out. If you do that, too, if you in there with my daughter and you think you're going to do that to my daughter, you got to go. And I don't care, like, you know, because, like I said, when I share things on this channel, it's because of what the Most High put in me. It's not because I'm trying to be Pastor Greg. It ain't because I'm trying to be better than you or smarter than you. I sin every day just like you do. So trust me, I'm a real person just like you are. So don't try to don't turn it in that. When I say behind the scriptures, I'm saying because there are lies, non-stop hidden lies, and I care. So I have to tell you, if you don't respect it and reject it, that's on you. So I don't care about that. But what I'm gonna say is that's wrong. And Mace is right. And this shouldn't be happening. You know what I'm saying? But I think the Most High, you know what I'm saying, that we have some people on this earth that see it the way it's supposed to be. Some people, at least some people, see it the way it's supposed to be. Because the way that it is, where it's been, the reverse bullying, I mean, y'all let them run the world for a nice amount of time. You know what I'm saying? And it should have never happened like that, man, because women shouldn't have to deal with that. You know, I mean, because it's not even as effective on the other side. You know, like women that want to be men. Okay, you want to go to the men's bathroom, you still ain't a man. Where you gonna stand? Like, you gonna stand up? You ain't got nothing to stand up to. Sit down like you always gonna do, because you're gonna always, you know what I'm saying? And if you fully transgender, I don't even know what to say about that. But we ain't worried. You gonna try to rape a man? He gonna beat you up. You gonna lose like that. But women are vulnerable. That's the problem. Y'all taking testosterone out of men, but women, they still gonna win against a woman. So football, or whatever sport, track, whatever y'all doing, it's like these women, Sha'Carri Richardson, fast, she doing all of this, and all these women's sports, and you just gonna let transgenders come and take over and win and beat them? And this is what we even talking about. It shouldn't even be a conversation. There's so much stuff to talk. We still got bums on the corner in America. So why are we trying to protect homosexuality and transgenders? Why we care about that? So I'm just trying to say, when it comes down to it, it is what it is. But the Most High gonna win anyway. So I don't care about what this government or the next government or the one world government that they're about to create or in the process of creating. Donald Trump knows what he's doing. Trust me. I read between lines, but I also read the lines too. So I know what's coming. But what I'm saying is, I just know the Most High gonna win. Satan gonna lose. And so that's it. Anybody want to argue about that? That's fine. But I'm relaxing today. See, I ain't doing nothing like that. I'm chilling. But just know that we in a battle. We in a battle. We in a war, and we not warring against flesh and blood. We battling against spirits and demons. So get that. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to give kudos to Nancy Mace, or for being able to be real enough to even say what she said. You know what I mean? Because it needed to be said, it needed to be heard, and people don't speak up no more. People so scared of what's gonna happen to them. Thing is, with me, I don't care. because I'm going to die. Every day I go to sleep, I die. So death don't fear me. I mean, I don't fear death. Like, it don't scare me. It's like, it's gonna happen anyway. But I'm gonna speak my mind until I ain't here no more. And I need everybody to understand that. Or I don't understand it, but just know it. Okay? That being said, Spirit James will behind the scriptures, just on a relaxing day. I just wanted to talk to y'all real fast, let y'all know I love y'all, I appreciate y'all, and we'll talk. Peace.